Greetings, fellow chess players. I want to introduce myself and my channel on YouTube. My name is Tyron Price. I go by Mouselip on both chess.com and on leechess.org. I am also a USCF player, though I haven't played a whole lot of games recently, and actually I haven't played a whole lot down through the years. This is my official USCF rating page. If you go to my history graph, you'll see that it looks like I suddenly appeared in 1994 with a rating between 17 and 1800. That's because I started playing before there was such a thing as the World Wide Web, and the USCF didn't start putting their rating information online until 1994. I started playing over the board around 1980, and I played off and on and achieved this rating of around 1750, which has been kind of my median. I had a long stretch where I didn't play, and then I suddenly started playing again in 2005. I played at the Phoenix U.S. Open in 2005 and actually gained 48 rating points on that tournament. If you go back to my tournament history, you get a better idea of what my what my over the board experience has been since 1994. Again, it doesn't show anything before that. So I had played in 3 quads in Walnut Creek, California when my ship was in Alameda. I'm retired Navy. I played in the San Francisco Amateur, the 4th annual San Francisco Amateur tournament in 1996 at the Mechanics Institute, which is a fantastic chess club. I also played in the Armed Forces Championship in 1999, but you can see there's several years between all these times that I played. Now here is the U.S. Open in 2005 in Phoenix, Arizona, which was a fantastic tournament for me. A lot of big names. You'll see Grandmaster Joel Benjamin, and I have a story with that too. I was actually paired with Grandmaster Benjamin in the first round when the tournament originally started. So I was up on the stage with the top 3 boards, and Grandmaster Benjamin, I sat in my chair ahead of Grandmaster Benjamin, who came up and sat down. He's really a nice guy, and he offered his hand and said, "Hello, I'm Joel Benjamin," and I was just completely starstruck. I said, "Hello, I'm nobody," and he laughed, shook my hand, and said, "Well, good to meet you, nobody." And as we sat down, getting ready to start playing, the tournament director announced that they were reshuffling the pairings because one of the top players had just shown up barely in time, so they were reshuffling it, and I didn't get a chance to play Grandmaster Benjamin in the first round. That would have been a great chess lesson. But let's take a look at how I did on this tournament. You see, I was at 170, position 170. There was a lot of people at this tournament. If I click on here, remember I was about 1750 when I came into this. And in the very first time I played, which was the second round because I was not paired in the first round, I beat an expert. He later became a USCF master. And I lost a couple of games to some people that were over 2,000. And another one down here is 2,000. But beat these guys, and I actually also defeated another 1,900. So I had a really good tournament. But it was very, very difficult. I was a much younger man at that time in 2005. I retired from the Navy in 2006. And I am currently 64 years old. And if I go to an over-the-board tournament now, in the U.S., it's typical that on a Saturday, on a weekend tournament, that you will have 3 long games that day. And that is physically and mentally exhausting for me. So I have moved to being online. Now, if we take a look at where I'm at on chess.com, let's go to look at my stats, and let's look at blitz for all time, just to get an idea of where I'm at. Currently, I'm at 1702 and at the 97.3 percentile, so I'm better than 97.3% of the players on the site. I've had a peak rating of 1874 for blitz, and the reason I'm showing blitz is I think blitz is a closer approximation to your over-the-board playing strength. So if you've never played over the board, but you play online blitz on chess.com and you take it very seriously, it may be pretty close to what your rating level would be over the board. But it is totally different to play over the board than it is to play online. But the game is still the same. Now, I also want to point something out too. When you go compare the rating here on chess.com to the rating that I have over here on Lichess. Now, on Lichess, my blitz is over 2,000. But I am not a 2,000 player. I would not be a 2,000 player over the board. I've played plenty of people who are over 2,000, and I know that they are much stronger than I am. So I know I'm not 2,000. And the reason I'm pointing this out is these are the two major platforms that you can play chess online, chess.com and lichess.org. Both are great platforms. Both have advantages and maybe some disadvantages too. The advantage of chess.com mainly is because there are a lot more players on there. They also have a lot of good content if you're willing to pay a subscription for their service. If you can afford it, I highly recommend chess.com. But really, I recommend having an account on both. You can see I've only played 697 games here on Lichess. And if you look at my ratings, you'll see there's a question mark after them. That's because I haven't played there so long that it knows my rating is not accurate, that it's going to be wildly fluctuating when I come back and start playing again. But this is what I achieved before when I last played. You can see it's been 4 months since I played a classical game. So I've been playing more longer games over here on Lichess compared to chess.com. Now, I am not extremely active on chess.com either. I try to play as often as I can, but life intrudes, and it's very difficult for me to play as much as I want to. But I think it's very important to take chess seriously and to try to improve. Isn't that what every chess player yearns for? To understand this difficult game more and be stronger. Now, does your rating indicate your strength? Yes and no. As you can see, there's a peak and there's low points. So usually you're somewhere in between. And the thing to realize too is the higher you get, the harder it is to get higher. So don't get discouraged if you reach a point where you feel like you're stagnating and you're not improving. You will improve your strength and your knowledge if you apply yourself. So welcome to Mouselip's channel, where I hope to make more videos regarding resources that I use online to improve my chess game. Maybe you'll gain some insights, and maybe you'll share some insights with me about how you use the online resources to improve your game. The next few series of videos that I plan to make are about chess database software that I think everyone needs. And the software that I use is called Skid versus PC. And it is free software, meaning you do not have to pay money for it. But what you do need to pay is time in learning it, because it works a little bit differently than ChessBase. But it has some features that I think are actually better than ChessBase, and you can't beat the price. So hopefully I'll help you set up Skid versus PC to keep your own personal database. So welcome to Mouselip's channel, and I look forward to making more videos. Thank you very much.